Hey YouTube, Rick Marks here, wanting to talk and I suppose discuss, I've just lost it. I wanted to talk around the recent news around digital driver's licenses. And I guess cybercrime, etc., it all sort of links together. Going back, like I've been doing IT sort of since probably, well, what are we talking, probably 99, 98 was where I really was interested in computers. I know there were computers before that, and you know, but, you know, I started my journey with 386, 486 computers, and then, you know, into the Pentium range as they came through. But I've always in the back of my head, and I saw it more when I was an electrician and I was data cabling houses and people putting in Wi-Fi and connecting all these devices. And in my head, I thought the biggest flag I see here, all of this connectivity for convenience, at what cost? And I suppose we're seeing it more and more now as things are evolving. Where does that convenience and that cost, when does the scale tip, I guess? Because we already have established there's so much information of ours already out there. There's people that, you know, TikTok, for instance, is a huge one that a lot of governments now are catching on. That it's the back end stuff. And this is the thing: how many people out there actually read terms and conditions? How many people actually work out the privacy of an application they're installing on their phone? There's all these free games. Even these games that now pay you money to play the game, that's not free money. I don't know how they're monetizing. I haven't looked into it. It's not my area of expertise, but I guarantee it's possibly trolling your phone for data, for information, for anything that it can provide back to its host, to the organization, which then they leverage. Websites you frequent, you know, purchases you've made, to collate data to provide to other businesses, to provide to advertisers. Things get more and more scarier every day. You know, you can talk about something and then next thing you know, you're getting ads for, you know, that particular item. Marketing and everything has taken a change. But again, at what point, how much of this technology, yes, it gets more convenient because now you don't have to carry a wallet because your license is now on your phone, your credit cards and everything are now in your wallet on your phone or digitalized. We're requiring less and less. You know, even business cards today are becoming null and void to the point that, you know, it's all digital. Just send them a digital V card. I myself prefer the physical card. I go to a networking event or I go to an event and I can give it to somebody. It means one less thing than I'm sitting there and I can keep the conversation going. And I think that it's a small cost, yeah, and it's a piece of card. The other benefit to a business card in a physical form is they put that in their pocket or they put that, you know, in their book from their notes taking at the seminar, event, whatever it is that we're at. They then are looking back through their notes and it falls out and they go, oh, that's right, I met that guy and this is what he does. And then it reminds them of all the conversation. They go, I was going to actually have a chat with him about blah. When it's a hidden contact that just disappears into your contacts list on your phone, how are you going to ever track that person back? How are you actually going to reinitiate and do a follow-up? That's a huge one when it comes to marketing. The best marketing is when we're face to face. When we meet that person, we get the full package. We see their authenticity. We see, you know, their smarts, whatever. We either get warm or we go, oh, gee, that person's very shady, slimy, not really interested in ever talking to them ever again. So we either can just choose to ignore the card or, you know, but when we're only utilizing the contacts list in our phone, we need to then reassess and work out when you've given them a card that sparks the reminder. We're moving away from all of that. We're going all digital. And how then are we tracking those things? You cannot tell me that they've lost impact already, because they haven't. That's like one of those age-old, it's like saying that tradesmen will never exist. You cannot get rid of a plumber, you cannot get rid of an electrician, cannot get rid of a builder. There are many more. But those three, for instance, these jobs will never virtualize. You can't have just magically a PowerPoint be put in your wall because an automated, system has occurred. Even robotics will unlikely take that position. There are plenty of other trades and stuff that it's like they will always be needed. Back on track to the topic about at what price. You have to make the decision as well for yourself to where and what level you're going to play at. Do you read the terms and conditions when you install a new application on your phone? Do you understand and look at even what you're giving Apple when you get your iPhone and there's those initial terms and conditions, or do you just go, I agree? Because you can be agreeing to a lot of things that if you actually give it thought, you probably don't want. So I'm very, conscious and mindful of, even just because the government's initiating something, these studies have shown that a lot of the governments that are doing these driver licenses, that system itself is not of the international standard it should be for security. And so then it flags the security vulnerability. Now we've seen with Optus data breaches, we've seen with a lot of other companies these data breaches where people have had to now go and get new license numbers, new credit cards. Like, it's an inconvenience. It's a huge disruption, let alone the fact that what financial damage has it occurred. Like, once you've had your credit card taken, that card can now be exploited, and now not all banks will necessarily offer you the money back or a remuneration or whatnot. So you have to worry about you. And this is a huge one I've been saying to my kids lately. Only you're responsible for what you choose to do. So by you going, oh, the banks will worry about that, not me. Or the government will make sure that my data is secure. No, they won't, because again, more often than not, our governments will go to the cheapest person to provide a service. So somebody goes, I can do that app and I can do it cheaper. And so they go with that person. The government's there to save money. And on one hand, that's somewhat good, because as a taxpayer, it's our money and I don't necessarily just want to splash the cash. But at the same time, they should be doing due diligence to make sure that our privacy is somewhat intact. Bit long-winded, but yeah, it's something to think about next time you hit I agree, or next time you start to load up your data. Is it safe? Have you actually thought about the safe factor, or are you just trusting the system? That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. There'll be more coming. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic week. Thanks. Bye.